Are you looking for the next speaker for your partner retreat or all lawyer retreat for your law firm? Well, if you're looking for somebody, I hope you'll consider talking to me. But even if it's not me, there's 5 things you need when trying to hire the right person to speak at your law firm. I recently got off the phone with somebody at a law firm who said this year we're not going to hire another economist. They said year after year we hired the same type of speaker, and year after year our feedback was, yeah, they were really smart, but yawn. So if you're looking for a speaker, here are my thoughts of what you must find. Number 1, relevant expertise and industry knowledge. You don't want to hire somebody who comes in who doesn't really understand what it means to work inside a law firm. You want to find somebody who understands what you do every day. But that doesn't mean that every speaker you hire has to have a JD. In fact, I joke around with lawyers and they say that when they hire a consultant or a speaker who's a JD, that they think, yeah, they understand us. And then halfway through the speech, they think, if they were a good lawyer, why aren't they practicing law? And so you want to find somebody who understands your business, but they don't necessarily have to have the same degree that you have. And you have to make sure that they're an expert on their topic. Number 2, you want somebody who has experience and dynamic speaking skills. If they don't have experience presenting to a lot of audiences, then they're not going to be able to really connect with the people in the room. You want to make sure that you're going to hire somebody who has spoken more than 5 or 6 times. And you want to make sure you're hiring somebody who has actually been at partner retreats so that they understand what the goal is here. Because the goal is to give them actionable information that can impact their career. But the second thing is you also want to keep them entertained. You want to make sure that they lean in. If the lawyers are on their phone doing other things while the speaker's talking, or if they stand up and leave the room, that presentation was not a success. Number 3, you want somebody who has a proven track record working with firms in the professional services arena. This means that they've spent time working inside law firms, accounting firms, venture capital firms, consulting firms, or some other type of industry where they actually understand what happens day to day. Because so often in a law firm, you'll get a speaker up there who talks about the company and not the firm. If they're not using the right verbiage, your lawyers will tune out and not pay attention. So make sure you're hiring somebody who understands, if not directly, the legal business, that they understand what it is to be in professional services, where the practitioners who do the work are also responsible for bringing in the business. Number 4 is you want to find somebody who will customize their presentation for exactly what it is you're looking for. Have you ever been to 2 conferences in 2 different industries where they have the same exact keynote speaker and they haven't changed a single word? Well, that's not exciting if they just get up and recite the same thing if they're talking to lawyers, doctors, dog catchers. If it doesn't matter who their audience is and they're not trying to work for the goals of your firm, they shouldn't be the person who's on your stage. And number 5, you want somebody who will focus on growth for the attorneys. If they're not taking notes, if they're not trying to, keep up with what the speaker's saying because they're like, oh, I got to put that into practice when I get back to the office, then it wasn't the best speaker. Now, you don't have to hire me. I think I hit on all 5 of those points. I spent 5 years as the marketing and business development director for Austin and Dallas for 2 AmLaw 100 firms. And I have probably spoken at over 50 partner or all lawyer retreats for law firms over the last 20 years. And I coach lawyers one-on-one, helping them understand how to be better at business development. It's an area of my speaking business. I don't only speak to lawyers, I speak to people in all types of industries, but it's an area of my business that I take real seriously, and I want to make sure when I'm the speaker at your law firm event that people are going to say, next year we have to get somebody who's at least that good. Let's set the bar higher for partner retreats and the actual presentations that are given. Make sure that you're choosing somebody who's going to really vibe with the lawyers in your firm, but also who's going to challenge them. I think that a partner retreat or an all-lawyer retreat is a very important thing to keep a firm moving forward and for retention and for recruiting. These are all areas that are important to the future of your firm. But you've got to be thinking about, are we making that event worthwhile? Will the lawyers be looking forward to it next year? And if not, then you've got to rethink everything about that event. Give me a call. Let's have a conversation. It's super easy. If I'm not the right fit, awesome. But if I am, I want to help you create an event that they'll talk about for years.